Dear students, today we shall start Poem 3, The Fairy at the Zoo. Have you ever visited the zoo? Which animals have you seen there? Discuss with your partner. So, we shall discuss about a zoo and how a fairy visited the zoo. Before starting the poem, let's talk about the poet. Ethel Talbot, the name of the poet is Ethel Talbot, was born in 1880 and had died in 1944, was a British poet and author. She has also written many stories about children. Okay, so the poet, she was born in 1880 and had died in 1944. She was a British citizen and she has written so many stories for us. Now, there are few new words for you. Darling, that means sweet. Shilling bit, a small amount of money. Beast, you know already what is the meaning of beast. A wild animal. Least, smallest. Pace, to walk up and down first. Rage, anger. Stare, to look with eyes wide open. Crowd, large number. Bite, piece. Sobbed, cried loudly. Let's find out when the fairy went to the zoo, what she saw or what she witnessed. A darling fairy went visiting the zoo. She paid a shilling bit and then they let her through. And then she went the rounds and visited each beast that lived within the grounds, the largest and the least. She saw the wolves pace up and down inside their cage. She watched the monkeys laugh and then stop short and rage. She saw the Lion King sit still and stare, as though he hardly saw the crowd of people there. And then she found a seat and ordered tea and buns. But though the waitress came and brought the nicest ones, she couldn't eat one bite, nor drink one sip of tea. Oh dear, the fairy sobbed, I wish those beasts were free. Now you can see this is a fairy. And when she visited a zoo, what she saw, she visited a zoo, the fairy visited a zoo. She paid a shilling bit, she paid a small amount of money to visit the zoo. And then they let her through. When she paid the money, the authorities let her in. And then she went the rounds. So you know already in the zoo, we have to move around to see the different animals. When she moved around and visited each beast means wild animals. Actually, the wild animals were there in the zoo. And the fairy, she visited each and every animal when they captivated in the zoo. That lived within the grounds, the largest and the least. That means the smallest and the largest animals, they lived in the zoo and they lived in a captivated way. Then when she saw the wolves pace up means to walk up and down fast. When she saw wolves to pace up and down inside their cage. Okay, so the wolves are very ferocious animals. They walked up and down first inside their cage. She watched the monkeys laugh and then stop short in rage. You can see the monkeys are here, the birds are here, and when the fairy visited the zoo, she witnessed that monkeys are laughing. She saw the Lion King sit still and stare. The Lion King was sitting over there and staring the people who are visiting, as though he hardly saw the crowd of people there, because it's the Lion King, is it? And after that, the fairy found a seat to sit, and she ordered tea and buns for herself. But when the waitress came to serve and brought the nicest ones, the waitress came there to serve her, but she couldn't eat one bite nor drink one sip of tea. She couldn't eat, she couldn't drink. Why? Oh dear, the fairy sobbed. The fairy was crying loudly. Why? She thought, I wish those beasts were free. She thought if the wild animals were free. So, in that way, the fairy visited the zoo and she visited all the animals caged inside the zoo, and at last she felt very sorry for the animals who were caged inside the zoo.